Hi, welcome to Daily Chess and another live rapid game here on ICC. I'm playing against Blue Horse. Who? Okay. Well, I just go for e4, e5 opening and the King's Gambit. I try a new line which I adopt from GM Zakhaev in one of his recent books, the Petrov and Expert Repertoire for Black. I will just give it a try. Usually I play the modern defense with d5, and yeah, I score quite good with it. But I just wanted to adapt and to learn a new opening, and especially some not to just to learn some new openings, some new positions, especially in King's Gambit, which is very important for me. And okay, so Bishop c4. I know that h4 is the main line here in this position, and I think okay, I need to cover somehow also e5 just to avoid all kind of strikes here. So bishop g7 should be a good choice. I mean, there's also this line g4 here, but well, okay, h4 now. After h6, something like d4, d6, knight. No, c3, knight c6. I guess we can even reach the main line. Alright, okay, let's go for it. h6. The exchange of rooks isn't very, doesn't bring white too much because one of his attacking pieces is gone, which even a very dangerous one. So yeah, I guess it's quite a good move here. Okay, expect d4 maybe, then d6, and we have kind of reached the main line. Okay, here it comes, d4. Go d6. Free my bishop here. Can go to e6 sometimes to exchange it off against the last bishop here. Then knight c6. And well, usually follows up with castle. Okay, knight bd2 is probably also quite playable. I'm not sure about this advance here. I mean, it looks very strong right now. If g4, knight h2 is impossible due to queen takes h4 check. This should win. g4, trying to sacrifice the knight. That's a common theme in this opening, especially in this line here with g5. I guess, yeah, I think g4 is the right way to go here. I mean, queen b3 might sometimes be annoying. What about g4? Well, he only has two squares, right? g4, knight g1, g1. Knight g1. Nothing is hanging, but my main weakness is the f pawn. I could of course play h6, h5, followed by bishop d. Looks interesting. So g4, knight g1, h5, knight g2. Yeah. Still the piece is not hanging. Could play knight f6, trying to attack this pawn. And then play d5. Looks okay for black. Yeah, let's go for this line. g4. Let's see, knight g1. I think I have to play h5. Maybe f5 is also an option. Looks dangerous for him. I mean, after knight g1, h5 here. I mean, maybe, yeah, I have to protect this one somehow. What about this move? Bishop f6, h5, check. King has 2 squares to go, e2 and f1. On both, he wouldn't be very well placed. Okay, but after this, I am still threatening to play bishop f6 with tempi. Then maybe even play f3 and f2. Oh, this looks very dangerous for white. This looks even extremely dangerous for him. I could maybe even try to play something like knight g2, knight g6 to attack, to defend the pawn and attack h4. So many options. Okay, knight f1. I don't really see the idea behind this move, despite of course just to attack this pawn. I played g3, but I must say I'm not convinced. Bishop h6, of course, this pawn is also weakened. With the bishop h6, you can play queen b3. With the queen d7, I attack the pawn and stop his threat. Let's maybe go for it. To attack the pawn, I can still go knight ge and knight g6 maybe. And after queen d7, I can always play f5 after this knight moved. Looks quite decent. Sometimes there's also this idea of playing d5. If e takes, this bishop is in no way shut in. If bishop takes, knight g2 or knight f6 gains time for development. Attacks a pawn here if he takes, and it's one of the main themes how black could try to solve some of his problems. I mean, in general, white would probably try to castle queenside because kingside is not an option anymore, and the central probably also not. To be honest, I don't like this move. Maybe it's best, who knows. Okay, let's briefly check some options. I can go queen f6, protecting the pawn. I can play f3. I could play queen e7. All look very strong, all the options here. If queen e7, let's say f3, you cannot take on h6 because I take here first, take the queen. So he's take and I pick up the bishop, being a piece up. If he goes for knight and bishop, yeah, that's possible. G takes f, attacking the knight, knight g3. Is this pass pawn a very strong piece or not? Bishop g4, threatening f2 check. Oh, too many lines to calculate during blitz. Queen e7 is maybe another try. Queen e7. What about queen f6? I mean, what's the problem? I mean, queen f6 just protects f7, so queen b3 is ineffective. I can continue with knight b7, knight g6, and attack this pawn here as planned. And now there's this annoying, threat of playing f3. If he takes, again the same problem. Take here, and you cannot play bishop g5 because I take first here with the check, preserving. That's a good choice. Of course, he saw that f3 was threatening. f3, does it work still? Still work? G takes f, G takes f. Threaten to take here, so he has to move probably here. Seems to be insufficient, right? What about this plan here, which I had before? I mean, he's completely tied up. So let's give it a try. This and knight g6. I don't think this is good. I might take away the right of castling, but let's first play this with the threat of taking on d4. I'm not sure if this is very good. Okay, h6 doesn't help. What about castle? We just castle? Okay, then d5, yeah. Okay. Queen set castling. If this, then d, yeah. Okay, but in a way I don't have to. I can just play this, I guess. I mean, okay, taking is not a threat because the rook is hanging, but once I castle, it is a threat, and he has to react to it. And that's how I can maybe take over the initiative. If he takes, I'd probably take with the bishop and then play knight g6, attacking the pawn, which is not defendable anymore. But then maybe this, and okay, I wouldn't protect it anymore. Maybe queenside cancelling instead. Okay, let's go for this. Takes, okay. Well, I cannot cancel right now, but I definitely can in future. And now I'm just, I mean, the queen is just misplaced there. She cannot do much. Even this isn't a threat. I mean, where does he want to go? I guess I can just play this and maybe even 94 later on. But first of all, trying to pick up this pawn here. I mean, this takes, queen takes, e7 probably. So there's a problem. Everything is hanging. Oh, so no, wait. Oh, okay, not blundering. Please don't blunder. What about just retreating this one? I didn't like to play this move. Probably I need the bishop. Okay, f4 is protected for the time being, and I can follow up with queenside castling, followed by rook to e. Maybe even knight c5 ideas, taking rook e8, knight c5 ideas. You know, trying to remove the defender of this knight here. It seems as if his whole position is hanging by a thread. Okay, I have nearly 4 minutes less on the clock. 3.5 right now. Okay, his only plan might be to play to go queenside castling, which we probably do right now. But okay, if he does so, I mean, this knight doesn't have any location. If I go knight c5 right now, how many squares does the queen have to protect this one? She can go to b4. Okay, this I just exchange and take the pawn. c4, c4, b5. Queen has to move. Okay, she can still protect it. So this is not an option. But knight c5, queen somewhere, rook e8, rook there. Okay, doesn't look. Okay, knight before, queen before isn't possible, so it's already limited. Let's try it. Queen c5, knight c5. Queen before isn't possible thanks to this fork here. So he only has c4, right? Yeah. Then maybe this knight even. Oh, this looks very, very dangerous. Okay. Ha, that's a strong idea. Rook e8, if rook there, knight goes there and forks. Okay, looks good. Let's go for it. Rook e1, knight e5, attacking the queen. If she moves somewhere, doesn't matter where, I just go knight d3, check, and this wins the game. Okay, well, great. Okay, let's see. I just have less than 4 minutes left, so he has twice as much time. I have to play quite quickly. Maybe I get some time by his shock, you know. If he sees that a d3 is threatening, I might try it. I'll remove one of the defenders, pick up this pawn, threaten this knight here, so everything collapses. I have a very powerful majority. Here's some weaknesses. The d5 pawn should definitely be lost now, but okay, I have to manage to do it in time, you know. And if he just tries to flag me right now, this might of course be annoying. Okay, queen before it isn't possible still. This one. Okay, we have queen here. I guess I might just play this, take, bishop takes, doesn't take f4 anymore. Okay, he goes that way. Let's check him. Take it. Take somehow, don't care. Taking with the knight, threatening check, discover the attack and burn the queen, and threatening to win the knight. This is over. I don't even see a defense. I mean, if bishop takes, probably I just take the knight, discover the attack again, and threatening the bishop. Oh, this is so great. Okay, I don't know if we can do anything. Let's see until he realizes this. Maybe I gain some time. Okay, it's just 3 minutes now. He's approaching my time. Okay, counter sacrifice. Wow, not bad. Let's just develop my piece. Okay, still threatening to discover, and now my rooks are connected, which is also very great. Very good. Okay, goes there. I guess I just win the exchange, right? So this, if he goes rook h1, I just play knight f2, attacking the queen and the knight, the rook, and if he goes to h3, it's the same story. I mean, he's losing just everything. He has 2 minor pieces in the rook. I have 2 rooks and 1 minor piece. Sorry, 2 minor pieces. I'm just a rook up. I will win the exchange. Let's first give it. God damn. Okay, this was just too. Okay. His queen is hanging. Thank you. And just didn't notice it. Just oh yeah. That's pathetic, embarrassing. Okay, that's enough for him to resign the game. What's his rating? 1807. Okay. Of course, queen d1. I mean, I just can pick up the queen. Yeah. Okay, just saw it in an instant once I played queen f5. Okay, it was maybe a bit too stupid. Okay, but even after queen c2, I just take off the queen, take the rook, he takes, and then g2, and he cannot stop the promotion of my pawn, so I get a new queen, and the game is also over. Okay, well, let's briefly go through the game. I mean, okay, bishop c4, h4, h6, d6, d3, and knight bd2. I know that castle is the main move, and probably rightly so, because if it castles, the rook's already on the f pawn, so I don't have the time to play g4 and h5, because the pawn would immediately be hanging. Knight f1, bishop h6, and I'm just in time to arrange my pieces. And now the simple plan of bishop knight g2, g7, knight g6, attacking the pawn. He chose a very good setup, I must admit. Look at this, maybe a bit dubious here, because the queen is certainly misplaced. Okay, the knight can go there, but yeah, that's probably all you can do. Bishop f8 was probably necessary. I'm not sure if I could have played here a bit better. But okay, here knight c5, and this is just strong. I guess the best would have been queen c2 as I see it now. Yeah. Probably queen c2. But even then, after knight g2, e5, I'm just threatening to play g3. The rook goes either to h1 or h3. I check, the king goes to b1, and then I go to f2, forking the rook and the other rook either on h1 or h3. Also looks quite good. Okay, this is just losing. I'm rook e8, hangs the pawn, can't even defend it. Just go there, and now this small combination here wins material decisively. Also very nice tactically here. Okay, here of course knight takes d1 is winning, but okay, even after this, if he tries to avoid it, it's just over. It just exchange, king takes, knight takes, and g2. Okay, well, let's check the time. Yeah, 25 minutes. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this small game here. Okay, it took quite some time here, almost half an hour. My opponent was okay, a reasonable player. I mean, 18-7, and I think it's a very nice line here. It made a lot of fun to play it, although he may not have chosen the most critical line. It was definitely a lot of fun to play it, and okay, even to play it without much book moves. I mean, okay, he already here was out of book, so it was good to play it according to common sense. Okay, yeah, it would be nice if you just subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It's DailyChessTV, and visit my webpage, which is dailychess.org, where you can find book reviews, usually twice a week, both in German and English. And yeah, just subscribe to it. And you can also follow me on Facebook, also DailyChessTV, and as well as Twitter, the same name, DailyChessTV. So and Google Plus. It would be just great if you could just leave a comment there and yeah, subscribe to my channels and rate my clips and share them, of course. Thank you very much. Bye bye.